संस्फुरत् आत्मतत्त्वम् सच्चेत् सुखम् परमहंस गतिं तुरीयम् यत् स्वप्नं जागरं सुषुप्तिम् अवैति नित्यम् तत् ब्रह्म निष्कलम् अहं न च भूत सङ्गः तत् ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूत सङ्गः. At dawn, I contemplate on Atman, the existence, bliss, consciousness absolute, which pulsates in the heart as I. It is the goal of the great realized ones. It is the fourth state beyond the waking, dream and deep sleep. I am that Brahman which is indivisible, not at all the conglomerate of the five elements. I am that Brahman which is indivisible and I am not the conglomerate of five elements. This is from Pratasmaranam of Adi Shankaracharya, first shloka.
Thank you. This Pratasamran Shlok from Adi Shankaracharya says everything. It says everything about reality. Here I want to point out only one thing. It's not a religious statement or a concept or a philosophy or a belief system. You start observing everything as a detached observer. You will realize this truth. Whether you believe in God, you don't believe in God, or whatever. But yes, you have to give up all your own concepts, attachments, desires, and start staying as an observer. Start working internally all the time, and you will come to it. This is the most direct and scientific approach. Scientific approach means that to prove something, if I have found the results, if you do the same, you will find same results. Even if you look into scriptures, hundreds and thousands of saints and sages have claimed same experience, same realization, same truth at different times in last thousands of years. And even now, these teachings are eternal. No need to add or subtract anything. When these Upanishads were written, these sages were living in forest and their students used to come there, sitting beside the teacher. Nothing has changed. Moment you realize whatever you will say will be a Mahavakya, Upanishad. Statement of self. If you are in self, whatever you say about it will be same. No need to confirm from any source. But yes, when you experience and you read, you can match it in case you have any doubt. Like in Ashtavakra Gita, when King Janaka had self-realization, all his doubts were cleared and he was checked by Ashtavakra, his teacher. This fourth state, which we start living, realizing, is always the same. And the second state is a state of mind, which goes through three stages in every body: dream, deep sleep, and waking state. Our real nature is unaffected by these three states or the state of mind. It is pure awareness. Right now, we might be unaware of this pure awareness. But if we sit as an observer, we can detach our own state from these changing states of mind. This discrimination comes when we become devotee of self. We start taking interest in it. So far, if our interest in things and beings and situations around us, whether good or bad doesn't matter. The mind stays extrovert and we live always in the mind. But when this mind, by grace of that self, somehow starts settling, start getting some contentment by staying within, then this truth is revealed to us. It is like this life, what we live is projected on this blank screen. When the movie ends on this screen, we also end. We are in deep sleep, ignorant of that blank screen. And when we wake up, then the screen is not blank. It is full of images. Whatever we do, it is very hard to see blank screen to know reality. That is why one of the techniques used by so many teachers is when you are coming out of sleep or when you are entering into sleep, that moment where the state of mind is changing, you can have glimpse of it. But for that, you have to have that alertness and constant practice. It is like, as a child, a lot of us have done. You open the fridge and there is light. You want to open and you want to see that there is no light. How can you go and escape from two states of mind? Start staying as a witness to everything. As you reject your dreams which looks absurd, in same way reject this waking state as absurd. As you have been fooled into it, don't give any significance to anything and just observe. Believe me, you will help more people in this illusory dream if you get out of it. Otherwise, you will always be biased. You will be conditioned. You will be supporting a wrong person at wrong time and thinking you are doing a good thing. I'm saying this because a lot of people ask this. I want to help. I want to do good things. I don't want just to be sitting quietly in a cave. I don't want to be dumb. I would say all who say this are exactly dumb people. You're dumb right now. You are in illusion. And you have so much of attachment in doing and being doership that you don't give this peace, this realization even one chance. This is the reason to escape from this Maya, from this illusion is so difficult. Whatever the thought is saying, we believe and we act. There is a rare individual who puts himself or herself to this test and realizes the truth. Sometimes it is quick, easy. Sometimes it takes time. Depends on your attachments to things, your interest in things. Some people ask, can you tell us how much far we are from truth? The best test is whatever happening in the world, how much it takes your energy, how much you get pulled into things. You will know yourself. At least for once, you have to give up everything to know the truth. You have to realize that blank screen without any thought, without any individuality, just plain, naked self, nothing else. Once you take this jump, you transcend all states of mind. Then mind cannot do anything now. You're out of the game. You are free. We are not this body. We are not this mind. They are all sheaths to interact in display of the word as an individual, as other individual. But we are that awareness which is in, which is out, which is everywhere, which is same in all of us, which is that fourth state which is eternal, pure. And remember, that is not playing any games. It is always outside this game of Maya. The one who is playing is an illusion. Our observing things as they are, becoming a pure witness all the time, will free us from everything forever. And gift of this practice is eternal bliss, peace, contentment, which knowledge of that Shiva in our heart, as that free from all afflictions, free from all bondages. We are pure intelligence, independent of mind. Mind is dependent on us. Stay in your blissful silence. Be one with that. Give up all other identities. Remember, body moves, body does things. Body can get insulted, body can get praise. Body can have disease. Body will die, but you are not the body. You are unaffected. Realize this truth within you. Be with that which never changes, never dies. We say source of that is in our heart. When you enter this source, then you become everything. It's hard to understand this, but be with that energy. Meditate on self only. Meditate on self as self. This meditation involves being aware of awareness. Right now, we are only aware of thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, surroundings. This all is domain of mind. Now just be aware of awareness. Body can still function, can do complex tasks, can engage, can talk, but awareness is always unaffected. In this whole process, there are two things to understand. One is to find awareness within this system, and then realizing that knowing awareness makes functioning of the body more harmonious. If your inner urge is to help others, it will do it in the most beautiful, unbiased way. It will not feed to ego. Stay in this egoless state of pure awareness. Only difference between a realized being and a non-realized being is a realized being does not have an entity which is holding the load on his or her head of suffering, of doership, of responsibilities. Non-realized is always crushed under the weight of responsibilities, doership. It's not that the realized being has given up responsibilities of whatever comes, but things just happens. There is no doership in it. I have to do or I am doing, or I am suffering. When we know the Absolute, we understand it is the Absolute running the show. This is the first and last sin, that we take credit and discredit of all bodily actions. End of ego is end of suffering. Don't try to correct the body or your behavior or your talks. Just detach yourself from everything. They will all get corrected in the best possible way. Abide in pure awareness. Unmoving stillness in all of us. Remember, there is no external divine sacred entity. You are that. When we call God as separate, we make sure that ego stays alive. Then we give something else all that sacredness, and we stay in that lower level of existence. For some people, it is blasphemy to call themselves as God. Then better to delete this word. Don't use this word. Stay as Brahman. Stay as Atman, pure self. We are pure silence. We are only pure silence. Silence of awareness. Everything what we see, hear, touch, smell, taste, all is because of this awareness. If there is no awareness, there will be nothing. If you want to move out of uncertainty, anxiety of what will happen, what will not happen, then come to this place. Here nothing happens. It's always the same. It is full of eternal bliss, peace. It is the resting place for all souls, all jivas who are fed up of all this cycle of pleasure and suffering and changes. This is changeless. Here you cannot bring anything with you. No mind, no thought, no story. Man has polluted everything. Air, water, soil, caused so much of destruction on this earth. But good news is this is always pure. Man's dirty mind cannot reach here, and it will never reach here. You can be here only with an empty mind. Abiding in silence is self-abidance. Atmanishtha. Merge in this pure silence. Dissolve all your identity. Be one with this. You are holy and pure. Burn everything in this fire of self. Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.